Appin is a small country town 15 minutes outside of Campbelltown in Sydney's southwest. Sporting a population of only 1,800 people, the main road that runs through the centre of the town contains all the town's essential services and is the only way in and out. Within the next 10 years, the township is expected to grow to a population of 55,000, if all 5 projects presented to council are approved. A majority of the land surrounding the town is privately owned. The lack of infrastructure is a big concern for many residents who live in the township. After the construction of Appin Valley, a large subdivision in 2013, older residents noticed issues with their water, power and sewer systems. To raise awareness of these issues, the Save Appin group was established to give them a voice. Adopting the colour red as their symbol, it can now be found all over Appin. Michelle Maroon, an outspoken member of the group, said,
"With any development, developers have to propose a certain amount for infrastructure, but what we have found with the Appin Valley development is the infrastructure that they promise, it has not been adequate to be able to support the extra housing. There's been no augmentation of the power plant in Appin. That's why we're getting power outages. We've been told that Glenfield's sewage treatment plant is at capacity."
An investigation into the area began in June, detailing whether the area was appropriate for development. Macarthur Greens member Ben Maroney has expressed concerns about the government's decision-making process.
What the government's essentially doing is they're putting the cart before the horse. They're putting the people in before the region has the capacity to deal with them. The trouble is, at the moment, the government's planning laws are one-size-fits-all. So they have a set of guidelines that are pushed out from Sydney, and they apply to any new development within the metro area, no matter where it is. And we're finding that increasingly these plans just don't work.
Recently, Roads and Maritime Services have pledged $5.5 million to fix crash clusters along the road following a safety investigation in July last year. However, Mrs. Maroon said this isn't enough.
That $5.5 million may give you a couple of solar signs that say slow down, but it is not going to make any significant improvements. The thing is, we have 14,000 cars on the road as it is, and it's just so dangerous.
The Walker Corporation is one of the main companies proposing development. The company has dedicated money alongside the RMS to improve the city centre along Appin Road, to make it safer for residents and cars passing through.
Walker have refused to comment until the results of the Greater Macarthur investigation have been released.
Resident Sue Gay has lived in the area over 30 years. In this time, she has seen the community change very little. While she could see positives in having a larger population, she has concerns about the town's future.
The only one positive thing that I will say that has come out of this is that we have now a doctor, and for all those years we've had to travel to Campbelltown, which hasn't been a problem, and that has been funded by Walkers.
Our largest concern is with the recently improved infrastructure due to development and how it may affect current and future locals.
The roundabout issue, and they did not have proper lighting. There was no signs erected. It was just done bodgily, and it's going to be a major disaster one day. Somebody's going to get killed on that roundabout.
Mr. and Mrs. Gay have researched extensively into Wallandilly Council and whether the promises made to the people in the area will be enough to sustain the community's lifestyle.
When this estate went in, there was no infrastructure done, and I thought, you know, it's all wrong. Then I looked into it further and thought, no, that should not have happened. They should have been made to do some sort of infrastructure, not just for their estate, but for the town of Appin.
Due to the changing face of Appin, these additions will have big effects on the lives of many. For the residents, many just hope to maintain the sense of community and lifestyle they are used to. Mackenzie Scott for UTS News.